Hello. So we're just gonna jump right in. I have already done my eyebrows, obviously, and I also have these eye masks on. These are from K-Bella Beauty. I love these. They're so refreshing, and I figured I would just wear them today while I do my eyebrows and my eye makeup. So I'm going to start by priming my eyes. I'm going to be using this 24-hour Photo Finish eyelid primer from Smashbox Cosmetics. So I've actually never tried this eyelid primer before, so we'll see how I like it. So I'm going to be using this palette right here. This is from Urban Decay. It is the Kristen Leanne Daydream palette. And I'm going to be using the shade Lucy right here to set my eyelids. So I'm just taking this brush from Morphe. This is the E30 brush, and I am using this to pack on the shadow all over my lid. Like I said, this is just to set my eyelid and give us a good base to work with. Okay, so next I'm going to use this shade right here. It's called Daydream. So I'm just using my Morphe MB23 Fluffy Blending Brush, and I'm going to blend this into my crease just to kind of start creating a nice transition shade. I actually feel like this is a little light though for what I want to do today, but that's okay. We'll work with it. Okay, so I'm going to dip into this color right here. It's called Subscribe. I'm using my Morphe M332 blending brush. It's just a little tighter than the other one I was using, and I'm just going to deepen this crease even more. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with that MB25 blending brush and whatever is left on it, and I'm really just going to blow out these edges. I want this to be super smoky and blended and like really blown out. I don't want any harsh lines. I'm going to take the shade 8. And using a brush from one of my Urban Decay Naked palettes, I'm just going to pack this dark brown onto my lid. And I'm just going to keep building this color because I want it to be super deep. And notice that I am not blending right now, I'm just packing this on. I want to make sure that this is a nice deep brown color. And I'm focusing it on my eyelid and trying not to get it up into my crease just yet. So I didn't intentionally wear these as like shadow shields, but I'm noticing that they're catching all the fallout, which is nice. They're kind of like multi-purpose. Okay, so I'm really building this brown up, and I'm just packing it on all over my lid. So I'm going to go back in with my Morphe M332 brush and a little bit more of that Subscribe color, and I'm just going to blend a little bit more of this into my crease. And then I'm going to take that deep brown again and blend this into my crease as well. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Sigma E39 brush and a little bit of that deep brown shade, 8, and buff this into my crease a little bit, just to blend my crease and my eyelid color together. I'm just going to keep packing on this brown shadow, deepening the shade. I want it to be super brown. I'm going to go back in with my Morphe MB25 blending brush and blow out this line because it's starting to get a little harsh, and I want to blend it into my crease. I didn't dip into any shadow for this part. I just am using whatever is left on the brush. And this is the first blending brush that I use to apply that transition shade to my crease. So one of those lighter orange shades is on this brush, and I'm just blowing out and blending in this darker brown so it looks nice and smoky. And when doing like super smoky eyes, you just have to trust the process. Sometimes it starts to look a little crazy, but just wait and see, because just trust me. Just trust the process, okay? And I did dip back into that Subscribe shade. It is the darker orange shade on this same Morphe MB25 blending brush, and now I'm just blowing out the edges even more. With smoky eyes, you just have to blend and blend and blend and blend your life away. Just keep blending. When in doubt, blend it out. Okay, so I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to take this palette from Urban Decay. It's the Kristen Leanne Kaleidoscope Dream palette. And I'm going to be using this black shade right here. It's called 13th Floor. And I'm going to be using this little brush. This is from the other palette that I was using previously. And I'm going to just deepen this brown even more. You have to be so careful though. So I just want to focus this right on my lash line. I don't want to take it too high. I just want to deepen the color down here a little bit. I'm kind of just blending it up. So as you can see, this side just looks a little bit darker than this side because I haven't added the black on this side yet. So it's not a huge difference, it just deepens that area a little bit more. And remember, you're gonna look crazy for a little bit, but don't be frightened, okay? Just trust the process. Trust it. Okay, so before I finish this eye look, I'm going to remove these bad boys, and I'm going to clean up underneath my eyes, and then I'm going to apply my foundation, and then I will finish this eye look. So I'm just going to take a little cotton pad and some eye makeup remover, and I'm just going to clean up underneath my eyes. So when you're cleaning up underneath your eyes for this look, it doesn't need to be like super perfect. You can leave some of it underneath still because I'm going to smoke out my lower lash line anyways. Also, you want to be careful when cleaning up this area right here. I don't want to make like a harsh line. I want to keep it smoky, so I'm just going to be mindful of that. But mainly you just want to clean up, you know, right here where all that fallout landed so your face doesn't look dirty. For primer, I'm going to be using this Urban Decay Urban Defense Complexion Primer. So I'm just going to apply this with my fingertips. I'm going to focus it mostly in my T-zone area and on my chin. It's going to smooth this out all over my skin and a little bit up here on my forehead. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Naked Skin One and Done foundation. I'm in the shade Medium. Okay, so I'm just going to pump this directly onto my face. And I'm going to be taking my Beauty Blender and I'm just going to buff this out all over my face. For concealer, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. I'm in the shade Light Neutral. Okay, starting to come together. I'm starting to look decent. Okay, so I'm just going to apply this underneath my eyes. I feel like it dries kind of quickly, so I like to blend as I go with this one. It's seriously such a nice coverage though. This is one of my favorite concealers. So I'm going to be taking the same concealer in a darker shade to contour my face. This is the shade Dark Neutral. I'm just going to apply this to all the areas that I'm going to contour. And I'm just using my Beauty Blender again because I like to use my Beauty Blender for everything. And I'm just going to blend this contour shade out. I like to alternate between the angled side and the fat bottom. I'm going to take my Urban Decay Beach Bronzer to just warm up my face and set that cream contour a little bit more. So I'm going to take this onto my neck a little bit, and I'm just going to go over the areas that I placed that darker concealer. I just want to set it a little bit and kind of just warm everything up a little bit more. So I'm going to take my Morphe M441 brush and this bronzer, and I'm just going to add a little bit to the bridge of my nose. I'm not trying to like carve out my nose too much or anything. I just want to define it a little bit. I like to blend it up into my brows like so. Okay, so now I'm going to highlight my face, and I'm so excited because I haven't used this yet and I'm going to try it right now. I'm going to be using this Urban Decay Kristen Leanne Beauty Beam highlighting palette. I'm going to be taking the shade here in the middle. I'm taking this on my Anastasia A23 highlighting brush, and oh, I'm just going to highlight my face, you know, look at that. Ooh, girl. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Wow, it's so highlighty. I'm going to highlight my Cupid's bow area, and I'm going to highlight my chin a little bit, and I'm going to highlight up here a tad, and I'm going to highlight the bridge of my nose, and I'm going to take a little bit of this on my fingertip. It's so cute. And I'm just going to highlight the tip of my nose, and then I'm going to blend it out with my brush a little bit. Oh my god, I'm glowing. Okay, so for blush, I'm going to be using this Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Exposed. I'm just applying this to the apples of my cheeks, just adding a little bit of color into my face, and I'm using a Real Techniques tapered blush brush. Oh my god, I just feel so much better once my look starts coming together, you know? Okay, so let's finish this eye look now. I'm going to take this Naked Skin concealer, and I am going to apply this to my eyelid. I'm going to put this here in the inner corner. That is it. Just like that. On both sides. So I'm just going to buff this concealer out, and I'm going to be using this little eyeshadow brush that came with the Kaleidoscope Dream palette. And I'm going to carefully buff this out. So I'm just doing this to create a nice base for the next color that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to grab this palette again, and I'm going to dip into the color Corona. So I'm going to pack this onto the concealer that I just laid down, and then I'm going to just kind of blend it. But I don't want to take it too far over my lid, just like halfway. Okay, so I'm noticing a little bit of fallout, and I don't want to screw up my beautiful foundation that I just laid down. So I'm going to take a little bit of setting powder and just kind of stick that right there so it'll catch any of that fallout, and I can just wipe it away after. So I like to apply this generously. It'll catch the fallout, and then we'll kind of just bake that area as well. Okay, so I'm just going to continue to build this here, and this is such a pretty color. Okay, to soften this edge right here, I'm just taking the brush that I used to apply that deep brown shade, and I'm kind of just lightly flicking it out just to kind of blend this shimmer with the matte brown. I'm going to take this shade right here, Brixton, and the same brush that I used to buff out that concealer, I'm just going to apply this right here to the inner corner of my eye, just to kind of brighten that, and then I'm going to blend it into this Corona shade as well. So as you can see, I've done it to this side, I haven't done it to this side yet, but it makes a big difference. It just kind of brightens that inner corner up. Okay, so now I'm going to wipe away this setting powder. I'm going to be careful because I don't want to rub that fallout into my skin. I'm just going to lightly flick it away. I'm going to wipe off that brush, and then I'm going to just blend the rest out. Okay, so now to finally start my lower lash line. For my lower lash line, I'm going to take this gel eyeliner from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's in the shade Dark Side. I'm going to apply this to my lower lash line. And then I'm going to take my Sigma E30 pencil brush, and I'm just going to smoke this out. So I'm going to dip back into this shade right here. And using this little brush that came with this palette, I'm just going to further smoke out my lower lash line. I'm going to dip back into the Corona shade, and using the same brush that I used earlier, I am going to smoke out the kind of, I guess, inner corner area, the first half of my lower lash line with this shimmery shadow. And finally, we can move on to lashes. Before I apply my fake lashes, I'm going to apply a thin coat of the Urban Decay Troublemaker Mascara. So I'm going to be using these lashes here. These are from House of Lashes. These are from their new Faux Mink collection. Oh my god, these lashes are amazing. So I'm going to take the Kristen Leanne Beauty Beam Highlight Palette again. I'm going to apply a little bit of that highlight to my brow bone area right up here. This highlight is so pretty, so I have to use it everywhere. And I'm using a Sigma E54 brush to apply this, but I just wanted to put a little bit of that up here underneath my brow. So I'm going to take the Urban Decay mascara and apply it to my lower lashes. And then these lashes are so beautiful and I really don't want to put any mascara on them, but I'm just going to add a little bit of mascara just to blend them with my natural lashes. And I'm really just applying the tiniest bit. I'm going to be taking this lip pencil from Urban Decay. It's their 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in the shade Naked. And I'm going to line my lips. And for lipstick, I'm going to be taking the Urban Decay Naked Cream Lipstick. My eye makeup is so dark, so I like to keep my lipstick light when I have a dark eye look going on. So that is it, you guys. This is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys liked this tutorial. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already. I post a new video every week, so you don't want to miss out. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them in the comment section below. Also, make sure you check the description box. I will list all the products used in this video as well as some coupon codes and a link to last week's video as well. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Bye! Mwah.